Welcome to LSB Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
The Spirit of New England. WBZ and WBZ FM, Group W Westinghouse Broadcasting in Boston.
It's 23 degrees in Boston. Tonight's low will be 5 to 15. I'm Stuart reporting the 11 o'clock WBZ News. Apparently, District Attorney James Garrison is not going to have access to material he wanted to use to try to prove that Clay Shaw was a conspirator in the assassination of President Kennedy. Jerry Udwin explains from Washington.
Attorney General Clark is trying to block District Attorney James Garrison from bringing the head of the National Archives into New Orleans court to testify in the murder conspiracy trial of Clay Shaw. So Clark is asking the federal district court in Washington to block Garrison's move. Shaw, a New Orleans businessman, goes on trial Monday for allegedly conspiring in the murder of President Kennedy, November 22, 1963, in Dallas. The Warren Commission report had found that John Kennedy was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald, acting alone. Garrison has insisted there was a conspiracy. To help prevent Garrison from bringing the head of the National Archives and his grim photos and medical records on the slain president to the Shaw trial and into public view, Clark has disclosed the existence and results of a secret study. The study, by 4 experts in violent death, was authorized by Clark last year. The experts became the first outsiders to view those medical documents. Clark's panel reported that the death of President Kennedy was caused by 2 bullets fired from above and behind him. This would appear to substantiate the Warren Commission's conclusion that the only shots were fired from behind by one man without any conspiracy. This is Jerry Udwin in Washington.
The District Attorney Jim Garrison's office would like to see for itself. It's unconvinced that there's not something there to add to the case. Garrison's chief assistant, James Alcock, says the review, quote, doesn't satisfy us. He says the DA's office will press for release of the full autopsy report, including photographs and x-rays, at a Washington court hearing tomorrow. The then Jackie Kennedy had requested that the autopsy report be kept under lock and key until at least 1971. The strain of a black student demonstration apparently led to a fatal heart attack for the president of Swarthmore College in Pennsylvania. More from Group W correspondent Dick Sharon.
An 8-day sit-in at Swarthmore College in Philadelphia's suburbs came to an abrupt, tragic end today following the sudden death of the school president. 25 members of the Swarthmore Afro-American Student Society gave up occupation of the admissions office several hours after Dr. Courtney Smith collapsed and died at his desk of a heart attack. Dr. Smith, a brilliant, sensitive 52-year-old educator with degrees from Harvard and Oxford universities, died just before he was to meet with a faculty committee trying to resolve the black students' grievances. The students want more black enrollment and a greater say in school policy involving black students. They said they ceased their demonstration in deference to Dr. Smith's death. Swarthmore is a relatively small 1,000-student Quaker college with a liberal tradition of tolerance and academic excellence. This is Dick Sharon in Philadelphia.
Attorney John Fitzgerald, who once served as counsel for New England underworld figures, left the United States today to live in a foreign country. He will change his name and try to find the safety and security which was no longer his in the United States. Someone tried to kill Fitzgerald last year by blowing up his car in Malden. He lost a leg and said at the time he would never again practice law. WBZ will document his story on February 11th at 9:05 p.m. Doctors at the Massachusetts General Hospital sewed back on the left hand of 60-year-old John Riley today. Riley's hand was severed by a paper-cutting machine at the plant where he worked in South Boston. Doctors are cautiously optimistic that rejoining the hand to the arm will be a success. The Paris peace talks will get underway Saturday, and the main conference table will be round. However, there will be 2 adjoining rectangular tables. Apparently, the South Vietnamese bowed to American pressure to get going with the talks. In sports, Bobby Lunn has taken a 1-stroke lead with a 7-under par 65 after the first round of the $135,000 Kaiser International Open Golf Tournament at Napa, California. Lunn had 7 birdies and no bogeys on Silverado's North Course and credited his driving and wedge shots for the round. The weather word for Boston and vicinity for the rest of the night: fair and cold, low temperatures in the lower 20s downtown, 5 to 15 inland. Tomorrow, increasing cloudiness, highest temperatures in the middle 30s, light variable winds becoming southeast and south, 10 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, not so cold. Saturday, cloudy with a chance of showers and rising temperatures. The present reading, 23 degrees. The top story of the hour: the United States Attorney General makes a move apparently aimed at sealing off the autopsy photographs, x-rays, and clothing of President Kennedy from District Attorney James Garrison, who will try to prove, beginning January 21st, that Clay Shaw conspired with others to murder President Kennedy. And that's the 11 o'clock WBZ report, with portions recorded. I'm Streeter Stuart.
254 5678.